Bradley leads the all-time series 12-5, and the
rebound for Sepp keeps it alive. An extra pass. Well done by Valpo there to get the...
Sings it in the corner for Hannah, who buries a three.
Yeah, Darius Hannah knocks down.
Davis muscles one up and in.
So he brings a lot of success to this program. Darius Hannah, things really moving in the right direction.
Yeah, no question about it. Schmidt this time knocks down.
Get that one to over the front of the rim. And here's a three ball for Seth.
And he knocks it down. Back-to-back trips.
So we've seen his prowess on the offensive glass. Nice backdoor cut.
And Davis
behind him for the easy bucket.
Quick floater up to Sepp. Another floater in the lane. That for the Beacons. Davis trying to change that and somehow gets it to go. Good work by...
As he's falling out of bounds, able to go.
Up top, there's Schwieger, who splashes in. Montgomery backing his way in and took advantage defending him. He goes up, and that's a bucket for Zeke Montgomery. Dean with the hesitation. Step back deuce is good.
Yeah, hand right in his face.
In traffic, McNair, no, tipped out back to McNair again, and he gets the bounce. And Valpo reclaims a
pull down, and the extra pass there to the corner to Dylan,
who nails a three from the corner. What a move and find by the freshman Johnson, and Dylan.
Thomas is here.
Dylan for three. That's
All right.
good.
Wow. What a possession for the Braves. Dylan knocks down another three ball, and it's all by hustle right now as Bradley being able to get back into this one and take control of the game.
5-point lead. Valpo trying to finish strong. Kicked in the corner. The answer attempt is no good by Diavero. Sepp is there. De La Cruz Monegro, no. And a whistle and a foul is going to go on Christian Davis on the rebound.
And he's going to draw the foul, gets to the free throw line yet again.
Actually spent the last 3 years at Grand Canyon under Bryce Drew. That's actually his uncle, is Bryce Drew, the grandson of Homer Drew, the Valpo legends, as you all know, and averaging just under 7 points per game.
Opportunity for Bradley here. They usually go quality over quantity. They could get a quick 2-for-1 with about a 15-second differential if they're quick.
Davis to Dylan. Johnson opposite the screen, finds space and lays it off the glass and in. Look at him explode to the basket. And an offensive foul is going to be called.
Game going into the break.
Where Shaw tries to take advantage. He's been to the line here a couple of times now in the last minute. Go 3 from the floor, but now 4 of 4 from the stripe to get Valpo within 3 with 1.8 to go. Corey Thomas is going to inbound. He's able to run the baseline.
See if Bradley can get something towards half court here. Try to get a catch. Instead, it's going to be Dean from three-quarter court.
See if he can give Valpo a taste of his own.
How about that? Talk about being...
Recognizes that and closes it down. Zipped over to Montgomery, same spot, different result as he buries his first.
His blocking prowess. You get a look here. Wright does a nice job of recycling the basketball, and been really impressed with Sepp this afternoon as well, too, in his distribution. Obviously, we saw him score 9 points in the first half, but does a nice job there of finding his teammate. The chance for the old-fashioned three-point play, but doesn't get the free throw to go.
As Atlas fouls, Dean sidesteps a 3 and buries one from the top.
That's so...
Pinning his defender to his back, dribbles out, gives it inside to Schwieger. The Braves close on him. He's been there for a bit. Gets the bucket with the right hand. Strong move by Schwieger.
Yeah, that was really...
He's had just a remarkable start to the year, and naturally I say that as he turns it over.
Nice play by Schmidt.
De La Cruz Monegro with the teardrop and the bucket. Dean gets space and makes it look easy underneath.
That's just unfortunate there by the Beacons. Somehow Schwieger ends up right by him for the easy bucket.
He joins Montgomery in double figures. Dean with 10, Zeke with 11. Schmidt forces one up and somehow gets it to go. Nicely done by Tyler Schmidt. An NAIA All-American twice in his 4 years at Olivet Nazarene, coming home to play in his 5th year. Dean launches and connects from 3.
He's on fire.
He's got it going.
All to start the first half is on fire. And Bradley switching up the defense a little bit, goes into the zone, and Valpo.
It's on him. De La Cruz Monegro to the glass and in. He's so good at getting in there, and he finishes with the ball. That one was one of their 5 losses, but games and wins again. In the corner, Dylan runs off the defender, finds Hannah, who lays it in as the shot clock expires.
Yeah, that's great patience by Connor Dillon as well.
From Dylan, working on McNair. Dylan, crafty off the glass and good.
Yeah, I didn't see anything going offensively. He says, I'm going to take my man. As Brian mentioned, count cold from behind the arc, but they've really thrived in the mid-range game. You see Monegro knock another one down from 10.
All right. Is bumped on his way in. Valpo scores on 5 of 7 shooting.
Presence by Sepp. Looking opposite.
Read well by the Braves.
Gonna have to get a shot up.
They do it again. De La Cruz Monegro buries a 3 from the top, so it seems somewhat game. And now they quickly get it here. Schmidt on the pick and roll. Heads it over to Sepp, goes up and gets the Beacons to within 2 with 5:47 to go. Got Roger here at Carver Arena growing.
Coming into this game, the lead now.
Here's Montgomery. Goes up and ties the game at 59.
Yeah, just what they called for, right?
Pass him here. And he does just that. It's the Beacons by 2.
Below the offense. Keep moving the ball. They got Hannah here with a little bit of a mismatch baseline.
Goes up and he ties it at 61.
That is a step up as well.
Crowd on their feet. Diavero with it with 10 to shoot. Getting the ball screen from Schwieger. Diavero underhand flip Sepp. They go high-low for Schwieger. 3 to shoot. Drives baseline and Schwieger.
There as well to get the lead.
Back to Hannah. Here's Dean in the corner. Atlison, 8 to shoot. Here's Montgomery. They got to go find Dean. He's got to create. Dean. As the Braves recognize.
With my
they go to the rim. They get it to Hannah. She goes up and he'll shoot 2.
Brian Wardle and his
San Francisco is tasked to do it again here. First one is good. To tie it at 63. He does.
Into the end, get a quality look.
The Braves' best on-the-ball defender, Christian Davis on Diavero. Up top, here's Sepp. Back to Diavero. 4 to shoot. Diavero looking for Sepp up top. De La Cruz Monegro, no! Montgomery the rebound. The Braves are calling for timeout. They do get to go as well. And we'll start it up, and the Braves control the tip.
And now if you're Bradley, you got to try to, on the offensive end, create some really nice cohesiveness here between Dean and Hannah as you see the ball screen, and then get the switch back down to Hannah.
And he gets the Braves on the board first. Darius Hannah now with 17 for Bradley on 6 of 10 shooting. He's on pace to be the Braves' second best field goal percentage a player in his career, and he gets the Braves on the board first. Schwieger backing down Atlas and had it stripped by Montgomery.
And they got numbers if they want to be hurt quick too here. Duke Dean gonna slow it up. Nice veteran move there. They got the lead. Now Montgomery goes to work.
He'll step back from 3. Sepp the rebound. His 9th. He's 1 shy of a double-double. He's got 11 points.
And Valpo just needs to keep running this offense through Sepp and Schwieger. They've been kind of getting it all done for him. And Monegro just continues to keep getting downhill.
And Hannah, who team. And number 2 gets 1 of 2. Bradley has a 1-point lead. He'll drop back. Hands to Montgomery on the pick and roll for Hannah, who lays it in on the feed from Zeke Montgomery.
Tremendous finish there by Hannah to able catch and score all in one movement. And You got to give a lot of credit to Zeke Montgomery there. Perfect pass. And then Dean with the steal.
As Diavero falls down, Dean breathing through traffic. Davis dumped to Hannah underneath. He's on the low block. Davis for three. Well, they brought the roof down here, but a big box out and rebound by the Beacons. Out to Schwieger. Going on Atlason. He had it deflected and a steal.
Great help by Davis and gets him out in transition. They got a mismatch again down low for Hannah. I think Bradley's just saying let's slow it up a little bit. They don't want to let him get that switch off. Looks like Diaverio's down there on Hannah. They should get him down the corner. Instead, they reset.
Montgomery. They're looking for Hannah, who has the last 8 now for the Braves. Zipped in the corner. Dean's three.
And that big-time three just doesn't seem to go right now for Bradley. They've had 3 looks at triples here in the extra period, unable to get them to go. And Rob
the flavor.
No.
Period.
Trying to fire up the... You see a lot of action between Sepp and Schwieger. Schwieger sets this double screen. Here comes Monegro again.
Couldn't finish. Follow is no good. De La Cruz Monegro keeps it alive, and he'll try to tie it. No. And same team, Atlason comes down. 2 great looks from Valparaiso. Just couldn't connect.
Yeah, that's a tough break there for the Beacons as well. A lot of effort, come up with no points, and now Bradley can make this a 2-possession game with a bucket.
The Braves have had many looks from 3 here in overtime. Good ones that they typically knock down that haven't dropped. They got to go late in the shot clock here, and Dean is tripped, and that will send him to the line for 1 in the bonus.
That's 5 on all right as well, too. But that's just a really tough one for the Beacons. Duke Dean, a really smart play here. Feels the defender coming out, being aggressive. He's going to drive the baseline and draw the foul. Really, really heads up San Francisco game.
Now it's a 5-point game. 1 timeout left for the Beacons if they choose to use it. You don't need a 3 here if you're Valpo. They're going to shoot one because it's a good look. And Schmidt buries one to get Valpo within 2.
Yeah, Schmidt is an excellent 3-point shooter. It's exactly what they would have drawn up in their little 5th foul timeout that they could get over here. Schmidt is a 49% 3-point shooter. Gets that one straight down the middle.
Up top for Hannah. Back to Montgomery. Into Hannah. Give and go. And 1.
Darius Hannah has taken over the game here in the overtime here. This is an excellent play.
What an end to the second half and overtime period thus far for Darius Hannah, who can't convert on the old-fashioned 3-point play. 4-point game, but Hannah now at 21. De La Cruz Monegro. Diavaro launches from 3 and gets the Beacons to within 1.
How about that from Diavario as well? He's a prolific passer, helps set up his teammates, and right there says, you know what? He's going to rise up, knock down. That was a deep NBA 3 as well, too, by Diavario.
His first field goal of the game. Atlason thought about. Instead, it's Montgomery, 13 to shoot.
Yeah, 26-second differential between the game and time clock here. And Hannah's going to go to work once again.
Spins baseline, goes up, and it spins off. Hannah collects the rebound, but it's batted off his leg, and it'll go to Valpo.
Valparaiso. Back hip.
And so we're going to win it.
Timeout, so out and rethink it. Otherwise, it's 25 seconds for the ball game.
De La Cruz Monegro, here's Diavaro. They're in no rush. Oh, he nearly traveled. Schwieger, there's Sepp.
You just can't foul if you're Bradley in this situation. They got to switch Atlason on Monegro.
Here he goes. He gets space. Blocked by Hannah.
They got a foul on the weak side.
Oh, my goodness.
You're Bradley in this situation. They got to switch Atlason on Monegro.
Here he goes. He gets space. Blocked by Hannah.
They got a foul on the weak side.
Oh, my goodness.
They got Hannah coming across the lane, the help side defense. He gets all ball on the block. This will give us a better look if there was some body on it. He gets all ball first. That is a real tough look for Darius Hanna. And Valparaiso now gets the opportunity to go to the line to take the lead with less than 5 seconds to go.
So 4.5 attack, that becomes a Cruz Monegro.
Taylor Cruz Monegro, who has the tie, the second 5 seconds.
He just went 1 of 2 from the line a moment ago.
And miss. Ball don't lie maybe a little bit. But still, if you're Bradley, this does not change anything. They have no timeouts. You are under the assumption he makes this one. You have your play ready, but a lot of pressure on Monegro.
You got to box out if you're the Braves, too. We're tied, 4.5 to go. No timeouts, as Matt mentioned. They get it into Dean. Momentum moving forward. Dean driving in. Dean to the basket. Blocked. And they're going to give it to Valpo.
Time expired. They said it was a clean block. And Bradley's got to be careful here. Get it off the floor. The coaching staff is not happy with a ton of contact there. But this game's going to the second overtime. A lot of contact.
I think
crazy fights. Left first, everybody in the back B when it's a block shot. It's going to
can review that. It's going to fade.
Very strange.
And we're knotted up still. No Darius Hanna for the Braves.
Which is a big loss for Bradley. He kind of took over that first overtime period, and now Bradley's got to step up in his absence.
Diavero into Sepp on the low block. He's going to go to work on Thomas. Spinning, still spinning, goes up, no, and Thomas the rebound.
Great defensive possession there by Corey Thomas, sticking with Sepp, who's having an excellent game. Thomas does not bite on any of the several pump fakes that Sepp provides and is able to get the stop. Now, if you're Bradley, it's going to be a lot of Duke Dean and Zeke Montgomery. See if these guys can create off the dribble, and then where their teammates can come up and help. You're going to see a loose ball foul here on Valpo.
The crowd lets out a sarcastic cheer after they felt the Braves were dealt a couple of tough breaks at the end of that first overtime. At the end, it has 4. Fine. Dean goes 2 of 2. De La Cruz Monegro backing his way in. Schmidt, who hit a huge 3 at the end of regulation, backing down on Dean. Goes baseline, was influenced, but gets it back, couldn't finish. Thomas saved it to Sepp, and run down by Schmidt underneath Schwieger. He goes up, no, and it's tracked down by Davis.
Wow, big tip of the cap to Corey Thomas on that one. He was all over the place. Couple of different box outs, gets the last tip to the rebound, and Bradley comes up with that one. A hustle play is not going to show up in the stats. Thomas did an excellent job there.
Montgomery.
This is his spot right here, taking one-on-one with a little baseline fadeaway.
And he makes it look easy. Gets the hometown bounce, and the Braves back up by 4.
That is picturesque by Zeke Montgomery, exactly what the Braves would want. And now defensively, Bradley looking for a second consecutive stop.
Schwieger with the Diavero, who hit a lengthy 3 at the end of regulation. That one deflected by Davis into the arms of De La Cruz Monegro. Drives in. Davis got to be careful. He can't foul. And tiptoeing the sideline, Dean comes away with it. Dean in transition, gets by one defender and it blocked, but it'll stay with Bradley with 24 to shoot.
Love that from Duke Dean as well, too. Not resting on their laurels, trying to get out to a lead here in the second overtime. It's kind of the one-man fast break here. Did an excellent job tiptoeing the baseline here. Stands his ground. You know, getting our look at that possession a couple of attempts ago as Corey Thomas keeping the play alive, and Zeke Montgomery going one-on-one.
Dean off the screen, drives in, out to Atlason. He puts it on the floor, goes up, no. Davis keeps it alive. They're going to stop play because the shot clock had reset, and that did not hit the rim, I do not believe, on the attempt from Atlason. So they're going to have to check to see how much time is left, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that's exactly what happened, Brian. Great call. Allison shot a little fadeaway in the lane on the runner. Did not hit the rim. So they're going to take a look here. And they got the time ready. They're ready to go. Excuse me. It'll be
11 with a 4-point lead. Thomas gives to Montgomery. Who buries another jumper?
That is an extremely difficult shot by Zeke Montgomery. Does a great job.
Schmidt to cut the deficit in half.
He's
fouled by Dean.
Yep, and he definitely hit him on the wrist there. Schmidt.
So foul Schmidt to the line where he's 91%.
The previous 4 when he was points.
The Braves can make it a 3-possession game with a bucket.
But these guys have to be getting pretty exhausted, though. A lot of minutes. We're talking about 50 game minutes of play here once this second overtime comes to a close. And Montgomery finds Atlason
for 3.
And just short-armed that one. And Valpo's going to have an opportunity here. Cut it down to a 1-possession game.
This is very similar to how the first overtime was going. Schwieger inside the paint. Forces one up, and no. Good defense by Elmar Allison, playing with 4 fouls. And the Braves just, you said they've been unable, they've gotten some really good looks for that, quote-unquote, put-away 3 or dagger 3, and they just haven't been able to knock it down. And then that's a tough foul near half court on Schmidt. That's his 5th, so he...
Some fatigue and a little undisciplined there on the other end. Schwieger rushes the shot in the lane early. Great afternoon from Schmidt as he fouls out.
Jaquan Johnson's going to come in for Corey Thomas. Give the Braves a little bit more perimeter defense. And Montgomery now has the last 6 for Bradley here in double OT. It's a 3-possession game with now a minute to go. De La Cruz Monegro. A 3 from Schwieger is down. And Valpo just won't go away here in Peoria. Let's see how they'll defend this. If they're going to let it play out or at least try to get a turnover.
Yeah, about 28-second differential here as well, too. So
now at this point, right? You gotta play it out.
Yeah, you don't want to foul now after 17 seconds of going off the clock. And Duke Dean's going to look to cook a little bit because he's got Sepp on him.
Dean drives in, kicks it. Zeke Montgomery on the floor. He's got space. And a no whistle, and it's going to be last touch by Brad.
And in on the strong, excuse me.
Brad Middle asking for a review. So we're trailing by... And McNair, the first over.
Piles jump, quick 2. And Bradley goes into a zone here as well, a little 2-3 zone, trying a little bit of a different look.
Yeah, and this will shave some time off the clock in theory. McNair just
an air ball.
Up. And that's
what a
gonna
call.
Be Bradley basketball. Valpo's saying it was tipped.
That is an excellent game plan adjustment there by Brian Wardle and his staff. Coming out in a zone. You see Valparaiso a little bit lost there in what to do offensively. You could tell they didn't have their offensive set the way they wanted. And then an air ball jumper, very uncharacteristic.
They get it into Davis. Time ticking away, and Dean, 2 timeouts.
Ball in the front court. Gonna need a quick bucket here.
They get the steal. Up ahead to Dean. Dean plays it out. Exhale, Matt McClain.
What a basket.